Now that we've discussed Richard Sherman's NFC Championship incident, we're going to discuss some of his efforts to rebrand himself. He's done some commercials and done some interviews on his charitable acts that were all done in a way to, one, yes, make him money in certain instances with commercials and whatnot, but all these commercials are done to kind of put him in a new shade of light. He wants to be rebranded as someone who's professional, someone who's an everyday kind of guy. He's easy to hang out with. He's someone who's intelligent. Um, he's trying to kind of separate himself from that incident where he was that raw emotion on the field, and he's going to do that by interviews that make him seem more just normal more than anything. So this one is a pistachio commercial that we discussed when we talked about this assignment. Um, you can see right off the bat that his dreadlocks, that are his signature look, are pulled back behind his hair. He's trying to look more professional in this sense. He's kind of trying to distance himself from that incident again, where he was just raw energy, going crazy, just yelling at the world for no reason. And right here in this video, you can kind of see already he's trying to be more businesslike. He's trying to look a little more clean cut with the hair. You know, he doesn't go all the way. He doesn't shave his beard and do all that stuff just yet, but he's going for the more clean cut look right here.
Jim has had a rough life. His third wife ran off with his second wife. His daughter's first words were, "This isn't working, Jim." Tornadoes chase him. During a near-death experience, someone else's life flashed before his eyes. But Jim feels like a champion because he's eating tasty, protein-powered, wonderful pistachios. And when you feel better about your snacks, you feel better about yourself.
Okay, so now we watched that pistachio video. Here's another video with Richard Sherman and Rob Gronkowski. Now, I feel like they paired him with Rob Gronkowski because Gronkowski, while he does have the party boy persona and kind of like the goofy, crazy caveman kind of brand that he's got going for him, he's somebody that audiences and viewers alike, they all genuinely like him. He's got a very likable personality, so by pairing himself with Gronkowski, Richard is hoping to have a little bit of that likability rub off on him. That's how I interpreted this.
Gronk and Sherm talk about stuff while eating jerky.
How's your Snuggie? Snuggie.
Gronk and Sherm talk about stuff while eating jerky.
Dude, I don't think mine are working. You don't look naked.
Oh! Alberto beef jerky. You get out what you put in.
Okay, so you can see in those videos right there, it was really just a quick, like 15-20 second little video of Sherman and Gronkowski just kind of interacting in a scripted manner. But even in that video, you saw again Richard Sherman. He had his dreadlocks pulled back. They're not all out and loose. He's giving that business look while he's going about it, and you kind of saw he's in a very, it's like a playful, funny video with Gronkowski. He's trying to make himself seem like that everyday guy that, hey, you go hang out with this guy, he's really cool. He's not gonna flip out on you like on an interview or something where he just starts yelling all of a sudden at the camera. It's very thought out to have him be that person that he wants people to see him as that you can come over, we can have a beer, we can chill. He's trying to come off as more professional and yet fun at the same time. So those last two commercials were good kind of representation of what he wants people to see him as. He wants people to see him as an intelligent person in the pistachio one, he comes across kind of like a professor, like he's standing there and he's lecturing, even though it's kind of a comical commercial about this guy who's everything's wrong in his life. You kind of get the sense that Richard is this important figure who's like narrating everything for him. And then in the Gronkowski and Richard Sherman thing, it's more the goofy, like, oh, this guy'd be cool to hang out with kind of video. Now, in this last video, Richard Sherman's going to talk about his charity. So it'll be interesting to see how he kind of depicts himself while talking about his charity.
Christmas is my favorite holiday, actually, because it's always been a good time in my life. It's always been a fun time. It's always been a time where family's in good spirits, good food, good smells. You watch a little Home Alone, you watch some Christmas movies, listen to the Christmas carols. It's a time to be thankful for the people around you who have helped you throughout the year, and also to give back to the people you see in need. You know, that's why we're here today, because we try our best to help as many of those people as we can, and make sure their Christmas is as happy and as joyous as ours have been.
We adopt families for Christmas, so we brought 38 families here today. Come, have a good time, get loose, meet some players, you know, get gifts, and just, you know, really get into the spirit of Christmas.
It's all her, you know. She organizes the families, gets the list, gets together the logistics of how she's going to get everything. She spends hours and hours and hours buying all the gifts.
I'm talking, when I go, it's 7-8 carts. I'm holding up a line. Sometimes they're opening a new line. Then we get it all in the house, wrap it all up. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. We don't do gifts for our Christmas, so this is our Christmas.
She's dedicated, truly dedicated to helping others. She's really hands-on. She's you know, right on the front lines, you know, helping every family. She knows the families by name, how many kids, the kids' names, down to their sizes.
We're a 100% volunteer organization. There's no one on our board that's paid. There's no one on our board that gets $1. No one benefits from being here. We're a team, and that's what a team does. We support each other, and that's what we do here.
It's just love and appreciation for one another, because somewhere along the line we're losing that. This is what's important. You know, we play a game. The results matter, but at the end of the day, no matter who wins or who loses, hopefully we wake up the next day and, you know, we have a roof over our head and food on our plate, and that's all you can hope for, man. You want everybody to be able to have a roof over their head, food on their plate, and be thankful for that. You find time for things that matter, and this really matters.
So that video was a great example of like trying to reach out to the community, and he's trying to paint himself as the family man with him and his wife being very charitable at Christmas time and giving gifts and things like that to his community. One thing I'd say on it is, yes, they do that. They give charitable gifts to his community and everything. But I think if he wanted to kind of help with his brand and everything like that, he needed to talk a little bit more about what he did. He talked a great deal about what his wife and everything did, and he talked about how he felt about everything like that. But, you know, having people seeing him being able to do all these things would help him out a lot, I think, in his public, in the way that the public views him in the end. Because being seen doing things really just, it takes it to that next level in the way that people perceive you. You can talk about things, you can even have done things, but people don't see you doing them, and you're not going to get the same change perception that you would if people actually go and they see you doing these things. It's all about being seen if you want to change the way people perceive you, in my opinion.